What did you think of that? Yes, at long last, I'm gonna be doing some Final Fantasy XIV. It's currently, what is it, December 31? Last day of the year. Oh, sorry. What a year it's been. Or at least the past few months. Just trying my best. Trying to find something that I can do, something that's fun, something that's different. And at long last, I think I found it. But you won't know that until midnight. So I've already recorded the New Year's video. It's set to upload at midnight on the dot. So look forward to that. This is kind of a big moment. Cause this is most likely the last video that'll be done like this. So yeah, it's fitting that I showed you Final Fantasy XIV's opening of the world being destroyed, because in a way, this format's being destroyed. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds. But I have more to talk about that in different videos, so you'll have to wait until midnight. I'm sorry. Well, it's midnight where I am, I should say. But I'm excited. I hope it's enjoyable. Hope everyone likes it. Final Fantasy XIV. Man, has it been a while since Around Reborn came out. It's been like 10 plus years. So what we're gonna be doing is I am gonna be making a brand new character on a server that I have no characters on. So what we're gonna do, let me just switch over to it. I will be disappeared for a while, do not worry about it. So I'm gonna be on the Materia Data Center. I am playing on PlayStation 5. I want to create a new character. And here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go through everything as if no one's played this game before. Basically, there is 8 races. Yeah. And which can be both male or female. Now, it doesn't really matter. I think it used to matter, but it doesn't anymore. Because there used to be differences with like resistances, there used to be differences with like maybe the starting stats. But basically, they decided to move away from it. So yeah, so you got Hero, which is basically just your normal everyday human. You got Eorzea, which is obviously your elves. You got Lalafell, which is the halfling. Yeah, they're basically well, not really halfling. They're like gnomes, dwarves, those kind of people. You've got the obligatory cat boy and cat girl. Then you got the Rogue Aiden, which I'm probably gonna say incorrectly many times. I don't even know what the correct way to say it is. Most of us just call it Ro. But they're like the really tall giant race. Then you've got the Aura, which was introduced in Heaven's Ward. Well, you got really tall men and then really small girls. Then you got the Hrothgar, which more recent. So the males came out in Shadowbringers. And then the females were with Dawntrail. So they're like the bigger, like lion, more like lion than cat. Then you got the classic Viera from Ivalice. The females came out with Shadowbringers and the males were Endwalker. So the races weren't all released at the same time. So there's been 3 extra races since the game launched. Now, originally, as I said, there were like some stat differences, resistances differences, but they kind of like went away with us. They're like, whatever, let's just make everything equal. Just to make it easier. Which, if I understand why, but it does kind of suck because it takes away the uniqueness. So like everyone's stats is like basically the same. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, female. Now, oh no, the stats are different. The stats are different. It's the resistances that are not different. So starting attributes, right? You can see 22 strength, 19 dex, 23 in, 19 mind. This one's got 20 mind. So there are differences. So Midlander is like your just normal, everyday human female. Highlanders are like bigger, stronger, and bulkier. Okay, we're just gonna get Midlander, because why not? Then obviously you can make them tall, you can make them short. You can leave it as is, but we're gonna go short. Muscle turn, neither one muscle. Obviously this, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. So you've got a few different faces to choose from. I'm gonna go with that one. Skin color, let's go with that one. Hairstyles, man, there's a lot of hairstyles. Like, look at this, look at this. That's not even all of them. There are so many hairstyles you can unlock just from playing the game. And there's also a lot on their cash shop. And unlike your physical appearance, you can change your hairstyle and hair color whenever you want. And same with your makeup. You can change it basically whenever you want once you hit level 15. So that's, you know, just some short hairs. Some more short hair. Lots of short hair. Put a bun. More short hair. Lots and lots of short hair. Bits of long hair. There's all kinds of different styles and stuff. So you basically just pick whatever you want. As for me, let's go. That's the one. That's the one. Alright, now hair color. What a huge choice. Like I said, you can change it almost whenever you want. After a while, then let's just go with brown highlights. Let's go. Sure, let's just go white. Honestly, there we go. The jaw doesn't really make a huge difference, but let's go with that one. Eye shape. Again, doesn't really make a difference. Iris size, extra large, big eyes. We're gonna go and get purple. Alright, you can, as you can see, have odd eyes. So if you wanted like fun kind of colors, depending on the character's lore and all that kind of stuff, but I'll just stick with purple for now. I don't know if I'm going to permanently keep this character, but it's like a showcase, you know. You can be angry all the time with the eyebrows. You can look sad all the time. Kind of like Vulcan. And then just normal. Let's just look sad all the time. And then the nose. I'll just go with small nose. Then the mouth, which is just your lips, really. Let's go that one. Lip color, let's go. Actually, no, let's go lights. Yeah. Facial features, okay. So then it's hard to say, but you can add more heady eyebrows, more eyelashes, skim scars, some moles. So each race has different facial features. Same with tattoos, each race has different tattoos. And then you've got face paint, which is basically your makeup. So you can have just like on your eyes, on your cheeks, you can have like patterns, then on your forehead, 还有小后 face, you know, like freckles and dirt and all kinds of stuff, maybe a love heart. But let's just stick with that, and then we're gonna go with reddish. No, let's go purplish. Let's go light purple. Now, voicing. This is huge. There's 12 different voices. So if I just zoom out a bit. Those are the voices you'll be hearing the most. As well as this. Oh. Then you go angry. I forgot about that one. It's been a while since I played a hero. Then you got some cheering. Yeah, some laughs are really weird. Oh man. Oh yeah, there's all the voices. So then you go. I don't like that laugh. What about this one? I don't like the nod. What about this one? Yeah, we'll just go with this one. I think it's the default one, but we'll go with this one. I didn't know what to say. Can't say that. Okay, so basically this is just one reborn. When we born, let's blind go that one. And then we'll just no, oops, that's right, I can move the camera and whatnot. That one. And then these are like your deities, so like the gods. So there's 12 of them. It doesn't make any difference which one you pick, it's just personal flair. So you got Helena, Menfina, Thaliak, Nimia, Limelin, Hoshon, Byragot, Rauka, Azima, Nautfal, Nofika, and Athwick. No, sorry, Althic. Yeah, it's hard to pronounce. Because I'm bad at English, obviously. So there's all kinds of, like, different ones. Some people prefer some over the other. But I'll just go Nimia, because she's the goddess of fate. And now here we go. So, starting classes. In the olden days, this was split by city. So it'll be like you start in, like, for instance, then you say start in Uda. It's like, okay, so you start in Uda, and then here's the classes that start in Uda. It didn't actually split them into tank, healer, or DPS. So you've got Gladiator, which uses a sword. Now, it says in the description that there are those who marry a sword with a shield, and others opt for an empty offhand. I'm gonna tell you right now, you will never have an empty offhand except at the start of the game. Because if you do not have a shield, you cannot use so many of your skills. Like important skills. And then you got Marauder, which is just use the axe to beat up everyone. With Healer, as you can see in the description, it says begin your journey as a conjurer and later. Keyword is later. Master the jobs of White Mage, Scholar, Astrologian, and Sage. Please note that the job of Scholar is unlocked via the DPS class of Arcanist. So if you want to start as a healer, you only have Conjurer, which starts in Gridania. So then DPS, you got Pugilist, which is just use your fists. Here, let me move her. That light's kind of boring. There we go. Not boring, blocking. Then you got Lancer, Archer. Then you got this, the baby black mage. That's what I call it, because I can't pronounce this word. And then Arcanist. So you've got Lipsala, Minsa, Ulda, and Gridana. Grindalia. I can't speak. Let's move on. So it doesn't really matter too much what you pick. The only issue is that if you start in Limsa, you are stuck there until you progress the storyline to get out of it. Whereas if you start in Gridania or Ulda, you shouldn't, but you can walk to the other one. It's just that you have to go through a bunch of level 30 enemies before you get there. Which is kind of terrifying when they one-shot you and if you go all the way back. But that's up to you if you want to, play the game that way. Just for vibes, we're gonna go Gladiator. Right. Now this is important. This is on Materia, which is like the Australian Oceanic server. As you can see, every single one of these has a star next to it. And it says, E3 bonuses are currently being granted to all players created on this world. I said no new players, I should say. Now it says new players. It means new characters. So, if you try and get into the North American, there'll be servers that are blocked, they're full, you can't get in there at all. And even if you can get in there, sometimes there's a wait of like 5-10 minutes to actually get in there and all that kind of stuff. So, even if it's far away, Materia is definitely the better one to start on, especially for the epic bonus. And then later on, if you're not playing free trial, you can transfer your character to another server. When they free up, like if you want to do it, like when it's like, I don't know, like 3 AM in your time. Or in America time, I should say. So we're just gonna go 7. Now the naming. Now I'm horrible with names. So what you can do, you can just keep randoming. Just keep randoming and it'll give you names. And then you just keep random, and then away you go. Alright, I pushed the button. Don't worry about it. Okay, so after you use the software keyboard, because I don't have a keyboard, we're gonna name this one Chloe. And then that's totally fine. And then instead of Wells, last name. Think of a random name. And then nothing comes to mind, obviously. The only thing that's coming to my mind is a name. It's also a job, but sure. Carpenter. There we go. Chloe Carpenter. I don't know how to spell carpenter. That's probably wrong. That's probably wrong. But that also looks wrong. Am I really? Yes, I am. I'm gonna Google it. I don't know how to spell carpenter. It's only a class in the whole game. God. Okay, it is ER. Okay. I was right the second time. And then it's checking. So what it was checking for is there a character on this server with this name? The answer was no. And here's the older loading screen. I didn't realize I had Japanese voices on. That's a little bit of a problem. I will turn off the Japanese voicing. Do not worry about that. I didn't realize it was in Japanese. Hey you! There's about like 20 billion words in this game, so I'm gonna have to read them all out. You're right, lass. You were moaning something fierce for a while there. feeling the effects of the Easter, I reckon. You'll get used to it though, don't worry. Yes, I'm changing accent too often, I know. Oh no, not these guys. You there, halt! What's this all about? Inspection. Man, search that carriage. I'm just an honest peddler friend, so don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, that's like kinda loud. Wait a minute, you pulled that out of your pocket. Sir, look, Somnus. Look at him. He's so happy he pulled it out of his back pocket. Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll run a dungeon till the end of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Look at him, he's like, yeah, whatever. Heh, business as usual, bro. Oh. Whoa! A moja. 2 arms. Well, they're kind of scary. 7 health, oh no, 7. Consider this a warning, now go, all of you. He's on his way again. Oh, he's gone. That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful round them brass blades, lass. Bastards will have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seniors, we still got a long ride ahead. My, keeping me company until we arrive. Them youngins don't care much for conversation, see? Prince, the name, peddlin's me trade. And judging by unusual garments, I'll wait here one of them new adventurers. Sure am. I knew it, going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean, ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. It doesn't matter because I'm the protagonist, so like, you know. What was it that first attracted you to it? Well, if you ain't inclined to tell, I ain't about to pry. Might be his old Brent's a chatterbox, but he sure as hell ain't no busybody. We all have a secret or three, don't we? Me? Dozens. And I'd rather I stayed secret too, which is why I don't go sticking me nose where it ain't welcome. Just remember though, there are more important things than a fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Uldar? Sure is. And it is. Well then, all at this journey itinerary, tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Uldar's bull right, love. I can't speak words. Ahem. Uldar is ruled by the Satanic name, but as most folk know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and them monetarist cronies would have to get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the royalists, and the royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, thrown the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Course the lizard men, that's the Amaja by the way. Couldn't care less about Uldan politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers, need breed and profit, And now Chase with the say I'm inclined to agree. And at long last, behold Ulda, jewel of Thanaland where folk turn sand into gold. 70 words.
アルデナード小大陸の南端
I apologize for the Japanese.
ザナラーン
I can't change it yet.
砂の都と称されるウルダハは遠方からの大将たちが行き交う交易都市国家である。
And obviously I didn't bother checking before I started
か
this.
つて鉱山都市として栄えたこの都市は黄金都市と言われるほどの富であふれている。厚い城壁に囲まれた宝石のごとき豪奢な都市に今一人の冒険者が訪れようとしている。今はまだ己の運命を知らぬ者。
And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares and is onto the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this by way of thanks for putting up with me, pal. Face off. You never did tell your name there, hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied person I can brag about having met and I'll consider as square.
神々に愛されし地エオルゼアの歴史に名を残す者。この冒険者の長き旅は砂の都ウルダハから始まる。
And here we are. Oi, Ventura, Eorzea. Oi, I mean you. Fresh off the carriage by any chance, eh? How can I tell? Yeah. Name's Wyman, that mean business is now on every bugger else's. Now then, the waterfall will offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome up here, said free of charge even, just this once like. Welcome to Ulda, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanaland. Please select the control scheme. It's controller, obviously. Follow the instructions, blah blah blah. Okay, let's just, that's the wrong button. I'm used to playing on PC. Oh my god, why is that so big? Okay, I will be back in a minute, because I have many things to do. First and foremost is changing the voices. So, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. I've put the voice acting into English. Now, I was gonna do most of this off-screen, but I will do this actually on-screen. So, if you hold a controller, by the way, if you hold L1 and press the right stick, you get this little mouse you control with your right stick. So let me just grab onto general, put it over there. And then we want to do this, and then this. I'm not really going to use the chat, but I'll keep it there for if I need it. Okay, so that's fine, now get rid of that. Okay. Roll bottom again. I'm gonna be pressing share a lot because I usually play on PC, which my share button is the options button, or select, or whatever you want to call it. Which cycles through like the UI elements and stuff. But it's the touchpad. Okay, so character configuration. General. Okay, you don't want to touch any of this, you don't want to touch any of that. Direct chat. Most people don't know what this means. What this means is if you have a keyboard and you type on the keyboard, it will automatically go into the chat. That means that all your shortcuts are different. You want to disable that at all times. Skip playback of normal things. Camera is all personal preference. These are kind of new settings. Hide nearby players when close to quest NPCs. And when interacting. 100% always have those on. In the olden days, when there was like events and like new MSQ and stuff like that. I say MSQ, new story. There's 20 million people standing around the NPC and you can't even see them. Let alone target them. So you don't even know if they're even spawned in the mesh of just people. So that's all fine. Targeting. What you want is you want to limit ring movement. And that's all fine. Filters is fine by default. Idle animations, this is all really up to you. I'm gonna do that and change to 4. Battle effects, for me personally, I put everything to none. Except my own, because they can be quite flashy. Inventory is fine. UI. Alrighty, let's have a look here. That's fine. I want fixed. Display pop-up help. Get rid of that. No, wait. No, I do want that. I don't want that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do that. That's fine. The HUD itself. That's totally fine. I want Eorzea and server time. Hide all quests when complete. Display targets remaining HP percentage. Turn that off because I'm not gonna do PvP. Do not hide the party list when solo. And yeah, that's fine. Display name, I want to be purple. Thank you, that's fine. Hotbar settings. Now this is really important when you're on a controller. Right, so you go to cross. Then what you want is always display WXHB. And then position separately from the HUD. Okay, that's totally fine. Then custom, you want that and that. Hang on a minute. There's a setting. Oh, there it is. Enable directional and action buttons. There it is. So for me personally, so now you can go between that, and then because they're both showing the same, that's why it's getting confused. So you want to go. So that wants to be 3. That also wants to be 3. Then that wants to be 2. No, 2. And then that wants to be 2. Right, so now change is saved. And look at that. For when weapon is drawn, I only want to use hopper 1 and 2. And then that's totally fine, because that's PvP stuff I'm interested in. Let's change this to 18. I can turn the profanity filter off because you're not gonna see the chat anyway. So then I want 18. There we go. 18. Actually, you know what? Let's go 17. There we go, that's better. 17. General. Wrong button again. I want to add my 4th tab. I'm gonna call it Novice. Don't worry about why I'm calling it that. So then in general, because I'm not interested, get rid of Yell and Shout. As well as Novice. And then in here, Shout and Novice. Yeah. Okay, and then that's some of the stuff that's done. Okay, that's totally fine. Alright, now the other boring bit. The HUD layout. Oh my god, the HUD layout. Okay, so what I want to do is I need that mouse back. Let's pull that just over there. We'll go there for now. I could fix it later. No, not default. Alrighty, I need the party list. Where is it? Where? There it is. Right. Drag with the right analog stick. Okay, so then that's like... There, that goes there. And then align list to bottom. And then I want... the experience bar is gonna go all the way over here. Because it doesn't really matter too much. And then I want you on 6. Oh no, 8 is fun. Let's put that there, that's fine. Alright, and then New Game Plus guide goes here. And then the limit gauge, whatever you want to call it. Goes there, but I want that to be 60. So it sits right there. This is just really for me, because this is how I like having it. Move the mini-map first and foremost. That can sit right there. Notices is fine, pretty much where it is. So honestly, the main menu I'm not using because I'm on controller. The list drops down a bit. The survey info drops all the way down. Down. And then goes into the corner here. And then girls sits on top of that. And then the inventory grid sits on top of that. The item help goes all the way up here. So it's out of my way. And then the action help goes all the way up here. And then the duty gauge, which is there, is gonna fly over here. The duty action is gonna drop down to here. And that's done. The notices can go up. Oh, actually, no notices can sit there. The minimap, that's totally fine. Alrighty, this. 60. 60. And 60. So I'm gonna wanna merge a few other things first. Parameter par. So my HKMP. Where is my happy? There it is. Right, that's way too big. 60. That kind of like sits in the middle-ish. Right, and then you sit there quite happily. And then you sit there, and then the question is... No, I wanted it 80. Alrighty, so now I need to move that over. Then that moves over. Then that kind of like sits in there. And then, because it's annoying, move that over a bit there. And then my actual hotbar goes like, yeah, you're on lady. Okay, so then that goes like there. And we go back down. And status info. That goes there. Takes a lot of time to get a UI right. If I had a mouse, like a power mouse attached to my PS5, I could do it, but like much faster than I already am. But that goes there, which means this goes in the middle. And the enemy list. You're going all the way over here. Right where I can see it. Right, Alliance List 1 goes all the way over here. And then that drops to 60. That goes there. That drops to 60. Goes all the way over here. That's perfection. And the scenario guy goes all the way down and sits here. And the target bar, here we go. So that goes there. The focus target will go there. Not that I really use it. I will use it eventually, but not at the moment. And then I need this. Don't worry about what this is. That goes there. And there is a UI. Now the entire top half of the screen is basically cleared. Already so, I don't want that. That's in the wrong spot. That's in the wrong spot. And now you're probably like, what are you doing? I'm just fixing my stuff. That goes there, 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 that is wrong. And that goes there, because that goes there, and then that goes there. And then that goes there, and then goes there, and then that can go there, and 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 that can go there. That doesn't matter. Alright, there we go. Initiate quests. Coming to order. You must register the Adventure Guild. Just plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're starting to get mugged or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. So before you do anything else, you'll head over to Quicksand to speak with Mummy. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you get for free. Good luck with the adventurer and adventurer. Quest accepted. And now you can see on the silent screen it says, coming to order, speak with Mummy. And then on the other side of the screen you can see, current main scenario quest, coming to order. So you can track like what you're doing, what you're meant to be doing, and then you can see underneath it that says Way of the Gladiator. We'll go over that later. But for now, here I am. Let me just move myself a bit. It's a little bit hard. You know what, I'm gonna put me over here. I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna put me over here. Because I was gonna use myself to cover the chat, but it's not really useful. So instead, give me one moment. Alrighty, we're back. I've made a few changes, as you can see. I've now got the wrong reborn icon covering the chat so you can see me. I've moved my experience points a bit. Let me just move me so you can see that. So my hair's not blocking it. Well, as much. And... okay, let me make myself just a little bit... actually, make it bigger. And then... there we are. It's a bit awkward, but here I am. Okay, so... I need 300 experience points to reach level 2. And then this quest is gonna give me some experience points. I need to make sure that logo is not blocking any text. But it shouldn't. It doesn't. Good. Why, hello there. Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you come to the right place. Name's Momedy and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ulda, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you, that is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of a cauldron business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Eorzea, for example, they've been plaguing the Sultan of Fanai on Earth forever now. Then there's the Gallian Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. Alright, people drink and make merry, but underneath it all there's worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the lesser man cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent to turn the realm into an 8th hell. So much was lost in the blink of the eye. No, blink of an eye. It was like the end of the world had come and lost. But then things began to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next, some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is they don't. Nobody does. There is one thing the survivors agree on though, the part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame that recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midnight sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call on the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is you lend a helping hand to try to leave Ulda in a better state than you found her. If you could promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Sure, okay. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ulda means more business for the quicksand too. Anyway, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register as neat as you can. Scribble all over it. Cross out some names. Chloe Carpenter. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alright, Miss Carpenter, on behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you're given a 4th chance to offend. You two attend this scum. No, please, mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? No an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry there, if you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. You know, extortion happening right before our eyes, she does nothing about it. Just the same, if you need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay with his head. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing a lady muse on the many methods of her acquaintance from time to time. Well, that's none of your business, frankly. Anyway, welcome to Udar, Chloe. Take a moment to catch your breath and I'll teach you a little bit about First City. So I'm gonna get 400 experience points. I'm getting to level 2, right? The tutorial is over. I'm actually a level 3. You're like, hang on a minute. Yeah, so... This little thing here. Preferred world bonus. Experience earned while below level 90 is dramatically increased. What they mean is it's doubled. So because I'm on a world with an XP bonus, as long as I stay below level 90, I get double experience points. See ya. Close to home. On 3 tasks that will help you. Okay. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, a few basic tasks that might get performed so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Eorzea Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue. Look to the north, you'll see a giant floating crystal called an Eorzea. An Eorzea. It's easy to read, it's hard to speak. If it weren't for Eorzea traveling around Earth, it would be damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one on the plaza. You ever attuned with an Eorzea before, Chloe? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, when you pay visit to the Gladiators Guild over at the Coliseum, assuming that sword ain't just for sure, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that blah 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 blah. You might say that everything's for sale in Ul'dah as long as you got the go. Just make sure you don't pay more than you ought. There's plenty as one scribbled a window unsuspecting foreigners like yourself suspected that ain't no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesarugo and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short, then, visit the Eorzea Plaza, the Gladiators Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple! But before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who'll try to take advantage of you, there are also some honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. Oh my god, my throat, my voice, everything's ruined. A lot of folk are lured to this city by the promise of wealth and power. What made them fail to realize is that instead of chasing off skill the moment they get here, they are to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should also speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Let me know when you finish. Well, yeah, that way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down your small clothes without a guilty name. And there we go. Now we're free to do almost whatever we want. Okay, so these smith things, they introduce to like mentors and also a very important way of getting decent equipment later on. So they work, the NPCs I should say, work with the Adventurers Guild, and they just be like, oh, here's some friendly advice for, you know, how to do this, how to do that, and all this kind of stuff. You can recognize, like, certain veteran adventurers which have a crown, which they're called mentors. They're supposed to help you learn how to play the game for any issues and all this kind of stuff. Blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. And it's not really that important. some people do just want to have the mentor qualification just to have it. Also the Christmas event is currently going on. So there's all kinds of different icons. So the one next to my name, it's a little flower. It means I'm new. Or rather, it means I'm a new character. It doesn't mean I'm actually new, because I know what I'm doing. There's also, if I can find one, I can show it, but it's about, well, you can see it's, oh no, I'm blocking it. It's about 5:30 PM on a Saturday, so people are working. I've also got 20, well, I say it's 20, it's actually more than 20, so you can only have 20 at a time. So 20 male, which is just like bonuses and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna go over those. So here you go, here's Wyman again. And he's got a quest for you. Rule of thumb, do every side quest. If you're like, I don't want to do every side quest, there we go. Okay, sorry, I had to cut it. I forgot a setting. So over here, we've got two people with different icons. One of them's running around. So RR over there has like a they disappeared. They logged out. But there was a flower with a crown on it. That means returner, so someone has been playing the game and took a break. Then TN over here has a red chair. That means they're AFK. Hail, adventurer, you have come at the behest of Miss Mummy of the Quicksand. Excellent, which brings us to the matter of the achievement fee. That'll be 100,000 gil if you please, madam. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless! But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you're unfamiliar with the use of ether rights. Allow me to explain. Blah 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 blah, teleport, blah blah, return, blah 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 blah. We'll go on about that later. But there will be some dialogue that I actually skip, because I can explain it like way faster. Basically, now that I've returned to this, it's set as my home point. So if, for whatever reason, I'm knocked out, or if I use the spell I just learned, which is called return, you can return here for free. So whenever I die, or whenever I'm like, man, I need to get back to Ulda, but I can't afford a teleport, for whatever reason, I can use return, and then I'm back up. Now this is a red quest. What it means is that I can actually do it, so whatever the requirement to do it is, I've already got it. Because this is the way of the samurai. This quest will unlock the samurai job, but as you can see, I need to be Disciples of War or Magic level 15. What does that mean? It means a combat class. So if you have a crafter or a gatherer that's level 50, that doesn't count. So let's go to Wyman. Due diligence. Sir, how are you taking all dark climate? Make any new friends in high places yet? Ha! Well, when you have the Sultana's year one day, I hope you won't have forgotten about old Wyman. Long as you hear me, happy you could do me a favor and take this message to Eorzea, the Platinum Mirage. And it's just over yonder, and the man will even give some girlfriend trouble. So, if only all work in this city was this easy, eh? True. But it's not. So, because I'm getting literally double experience points, I'm gonna be flying through levels. But I will be, explaining things along the way. Okay, tougher than leather. Jajakuda, the merchant, is visibly perturbed and is in need of assistance. Tell me, what brings you here, friend? Looking for work? Some small job to add a little weight to that coin purse of yours, Well, you're in luck. The pugilists have just placed an order with me for several of the leather gloves and harnesses they use for sparring, but the traders are cruel, for I find myself lacking the hides required. Would that I had the pelts of a few snapping shrews. What say you, friend? Care to help a merchant down in his luck, Bring me 5 snapping shrew pelts, and I promise to make it worth your while. You can find the creatures roaming central Fenelon. We'll get to that in a minute. And here we are. So same thing again, I've now got a red quest from the receptionist. So you want to be a pugilist. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilists Guild. We pugilists are specialists in hand-to-hand combat. Through rigorous training we've forged devastating weapons of our fists and feet, which we employ to great effect in battle. There is no better place in all around the training in our discipline than here. If you would walk the path of the pugilists, I highly recommend you add your name to our roll. What say you, friend? Sure. Looking closely at your physique, it would seem you are still somewhat soft. I'm afraid the guild requires a basic level of fitness in its recruits. You must condition your body further before you can join us. Gain knowledge. Before you can take up another discipline, you must first complete the level 10 quest of your starting cost. And there we go. You have business with the Platinum Mirage this evening. Sealed envelope. A message from Wyman. Alright, let's have a look. Bird is barren, let the hounds feast. Hello, soldiers. Artist, well, you see, the guild is often contracted to provide protective services. Unfortunately for this particular petitioner, Wyman's investigation revealed his finances to be wanting. Maybe adventurers like you don't mind working for free, but we have a business to run. I myself have 4 mouths to feed, so this bird will have to fend for himself, I'm afraid. And there we go, more experience and more money. Hello. Motivational speaking. Hey you, I saw you looking at me, you got something to say, huh? No? Well, I do. You know, get it later, short, broke, never pays what he owes. Yeah, that bleeding wretch. Tell him to pay up or I swear by 12 I'll beat him so hard it'll feel like the second coming of Dalamed. If I see that little word's face, I'll end up pounding him into a bloody pulp like his nose, so you go and tell him. Yes, there are many words that I will not physically be saying, because I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube lords. And if it was on Twitch or if I was talking to someone, I'd say it, I wouldn't care. But this is the YouTubes. Yo. Gods be good. Gods is good. Alright. I'll keep back every kill. I swear it, but no more baitings. I bet you. He's looking at me. Look, I haven't got the deal on hand, but I drift this ring. I ain't much to look at, but I'm here to show if a high price was me dear departed mom's wedding when God's rest her soul, but she'll understand. Show it to her, mama over the ossuary, and you get your coin. Rose terrified. Now these things are super important. So let's just do a little training. And then skip all the dialogue. Because I can explain it way faster. So basically, these are placed throughout the city. So when you attune to them, you can teleport to and fro. They make getting around so much easier. And when you attune to all of them, you can also use them to leave the city. Hello. I am Erasmus of the Order of Nautthal, and I am charged with studying the anatomy of this region's fauna and the environments in which they dwell. For the dark art of our order is death itself, and power over death can only come through the knowledge of life. One day I shall publish my findings in a single comprehensive volume, The Many Breaths of Thanalin. Oh, words, man. but there's much work to be done before that day. Aid me, sister, bring me 5 bottles of mama blood, and perhaps I shall name you in a footnote. Marmots are hardy creatures that thrive nigh everywhere. You'll most certainly find them just outside the city in western Thanalan by the way of the Gate of Sultana. Do take care, they can be feisty little critters when threatened. Anyway, hello? Greetings, what brings you to this place? Now let's look at the flavor text. One look at this extravagant ring would make anyone question, did a lot of mothers taste in finery? You wish to sell this heirloom on behalf of a... Did you honor? Very well, it is most unfortunate when such drastic measures must be taken. And doubly so when the item in question is a fake. And such a gaudy, poorly wrought one. Also, you do know that our appraisals are not free. Not only the fee is subtracted from the agreed value. Alas, considering the negligible value of this ring, I'm afraid you still owe us. However, since this is rather unusual circumstance, we shall waive the fee this once. No need to concern yourself with the bauble. I will personally see to its disposal. And now you can choose between a potion or an ever. Doesn't matter which one. You won't be using either. Especially ethers. They're rubbish. They used to be good, and then they decided that everyone should have only 10,000 MP, starting from level 1 to level 100. The healer has had enough of her husband's poor work ethic and needs someone to whip him into shape. How can the Eorzea demand such exorbitant contributions every single moon? It's outrageous, I tell you. Don't they understand that a woman has needs? How do they expect me to pay for rogue and sun-silk dresses and feed my marmot? Oh, if only I had the foresight to marry a more ambitious man. It's all his fault. If he just worked harder and showed some initiative, surely he'll be rewarded, maybe even promoted. If things don't improve, it won't be long before I join the beggars in Pearl Lane. Save me from this cruel fate, I beg you. Speak with my husband, Barbara Nima, and find some way to motivate him. You should find him at the Colosseum entrance wearing one of those ridiculous outfits. Gal's got some problems. Hello. Hi, I'm Barbara Nima. Congratulations, you found the world's worst husband. That is, if you believe that harpy I have for a wife. She never cooks, she never cleans, she just gallivants around spending my hard-earned money, and now she's speaking ill of me to bloody strangers. Well, if you're hell-bent on meddling in my affairs, you can assist me by taking some of these friends of fair flies and post them on the walls inside the Colosseum. I've got a long night ahead of me standing out here, so I'll be getting to it anytime soon. When you're finished, go and tell Walken of the Gladiators Guild. He should give you something for your trouble. Which I have to go there anyway. And beat the world's worst NPC. Oh my god. Yes, I'm ruining it already, but you'll see why. Let's just place the flyers on the wall. Nope. And while we're here, just because it's right here, let's just attune with this. Now the style of this game is very, very long. Like, I would say the start of the game is the entire expansion, which is about like 60 hours. But it gets better, don't worry. Ah. What have you done? Your kind has no business even look at a lady such as I. Well, that's a bit rude. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence. And now look at how my gill is scattered across the ground. Pick it up right this instant. Lady Genevieve wants you to gather the gill, which you caused her to drop on the ground. And it's just to tell you, like, here's how you interact with items. It's just press X. If you're on a controller, just everything is just press X. I believe on mouse and keyboard, everything is right click. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure everything is right click. My deal, now! And there better be no missing. Here you go. This appears to be everything. What are you still staring at? Are you expecting some kind of reward? The insolence! Thanks for the 100 gil, bro. Right. Hello. You're helping Bob anyway? Well, ain't that charitable of you? France has gotten pretty popular. His fans keep stealing his flaws and taking them home as souvenirs. Ah, so you've met Bob and him as what? Now I understand. Sorry, you got caught up in all that. Yes, me and me for one another. No, that's my place to judge, boy. Anyway, we appreciate your help. Well, you're here, I've got something else for you. Well, you're in luck. Just so happens I've a deal on it's done. Well, ladybugs have been wreaking bloody havoc on the outskirts of town. Something in the air blades me in a ordinary as an oxen rut. Whatever that means. I ain't much for fighting on their own, but in numbers they're more than a match for any merchant to see more days at the tea. Dead. Anyway. Well, what will be fancy putting down for or so the bloody buggers will, don't ya? Sure. Hello. Have you come to wish me luck? I appreciate it's all, there's no need to worry. What? You don't know who I am? The next biggest thing that's coming to the Colosseum? Sazariku is my name, and you'll be hearing all about my exploits in the coming days. I've even thought of a title for myself, the Garnet Gladiator. Ah, which reminds me, I've yet to collect exactly that commission of the Goldsmiths Guild. You wouldn't mind picking it up for me, would you? I suppose. I'm not doing the gladiator stuff yet, because I want to get through these quests first. And then I have to go this way. Luckily I know my way around, so... But the quests are designed to make you go around everywhere. Well, obviously all the combat ones, but... Everything else, it makes you, like, walk around everywhere. Hello. Sazariku Saka, just a moment, miss. Oh dear, this is so embarrassing. I'm afraid crafting the Saka to Sazariku's exact specifications has proven somewhat difficult. We ran out of garnets halfway through our work and we're still waiting for our next shipment. I hate to impose, but you explain the situation to a crooked half at the Miners Guild. My records indicate you're supposed to live in the gemstones yesterday. Mayhap it slipped his mind? And then we go this way. Yeah, this way. Alright, the map. Locks that. There we go. So then here. Alright, that's one thing I didn't mention. Every single starting city has different quests. So if you do, say for instance me, I'm starting in Ulda, so I'm doing all the Ulda tutorial. But that means that when I eventually go to Limsa and Gordania, I can't do their tutorial. Because I started in, Ulda. I have a mind to drain a pot, so I hurry up and speak your business. So you want how many bloody garnets? 7 hells last, they don't grow on trees. But more than that, this slave wolf fancies himself the next France that failed to worry less about style, more about swordplay. Anyway, don't do my part, which was a little so-and-so. Gets bedecked in all the goddamn garnets he can afford, and if he dies in his first fight, well, at least he'll leave a pretty corpse. And now blow it up again. And next up... Yeah, I need to fix this. Where is that? Yes, that. Thank you. Yes, good. Okay. The transparency is really annoying. I would be using the map much, but, you know. Hello. What could be keeping her? My beloved Yellow Moon and I promised to meet this very spot, but 2 bells have passed and I've never heard a word from her. God, I hope she's alright. As much as I wish to go for financing the canal, where she would come in my absence. Please, would you set her in my stead? It's possible she's somewhere near the Weaver's Guild. She always enjoyed watching the... By the gods, do you think she's left with some more japper? I try not to look a bumpkin, but I've no mind for fashion. all fun and games. Alrighty. Now we get into the first fun parts. Or at least the funny parts. This way. Hello. Fiery God, be good. Just look at me. This hair, this outfit, they don't match at all. I look atrocious. What was I thinking? Oh, I can't let bit of snow see me like this. Maybe the last technique was best after all. Or no, perhaps the blue. Bit of snow is waiting for me, but I haven't anything to wear. Just, you're wearing clothes. Just go, God. Something in a cream. Oh, whatever shall I do? This dress, I just can't seem to finish it. Oh, the design is flawless. Absolutely flawless. Of that I have no doubt. But I simply cannot settle on the color for the life of me. How would you like to conduct a bit of field research for me? I'm dying to know what color the ladies of Moldar are wearing these days, especially on the Husting Strip. And when you finish, please call on Luker at the Alchemist's Guild. The woman is a wizard with dyes. Have her cook up whatever color you find is most popular. Oh yeah, triangles jump, by the way. Hello. If it is work you seek, the Weaver's Guild welcomes you. Indeed, your timing is impeccable. A soiree is to be held with all of Uldar's elite in attendance. Once the invites went out, the orders came in, and that with a fury. Every lord and lady from Cape Deadwind the Synth was demanding the latest fineries. I need hands, and I need them now. Yet I cannot spare the time to go off in search of them. Would you care to aid, friend? I ask no more than you welcome to our doors any willing souls you might find. Come, let us see affair. Show me your warmest welcome. So welcome is an emote. So if you go into your little emotes, here they are. Here's all the basic emotes that you start with, including the photograph, which is from the Instax Mini collab. But what we want is a welcome. Yes, a welcome. Excellent, I dare say I would work for you myself. Now, hurry up, we need those people. So then, what you can do is you can open up the menu every single time. If you have a keyboard, which I don't at the moment, you can type /welcome and that would do it. Or, you can just go over here and click that. And there you go. The Weavers are recruiting, finally my chance to become a famous designer. So then you have to target, and then, hello. Work in the Weaver's Guild? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. To who might I go to inquire further? Hello? Weaving work? Take a look at me, friend. I'm a bloody guard and on duty no less. Move along now. Hello. I appreciate the offer, but I must refuse. I'm all thumb when it comes to stitching and whatnot. Hello. So the Weavers need help, do they? Sorry, friend, I'm all set for coin. Then we go back. So yeah, like the introduction, it shows you like how to interact with items, interact with NPCs, hand over items, and also do emotes. So just like the basics. You've returned, how would it tread to potential recruits today? Welcome news, I only hope their zeal for fashion will show in their efforts for the guild. What we do here may seem all silk and sand to be sure, but the work within these walls is far from easy. And that, I suppose, our trade is not unlike any other. It's true, it's really not. You just push buttons and hope for the best. At least that's what I do. I do have experience crafting, but like the higher levels, I'm just pushing buttons, like honestly. Hello. The most popular color, like, well, all colors have their merits, of course, but at first, I like to say red. I mean, you don't stand on red stairs all day. Hello. Why, any color's for fun for just you silly thing, so long as it comes off at the, yep. Yep, let's talk over there. Oh, jeez, these people. Hello, what color is the fashion? Well, I must say I'm back from Cudonia. I find this a certain verve to violent livery. Green, you bloody idiot. That's a bit rude. Hello. Best color for dress, well, you know what they say, once you get black, you never go back. Facts. Speaking facts. Yellow, what favorite color than that in the name of the fairest maiden, Yellow Moon? Oh, Yellow Moon, how my heart pines to you. Everyone's obsessed with the Yellow Moon, by the way. And we go this way. Hello. There's never a shortage of white dresses on our all-dawn ladies. Surely it is the most comfortable color to wear under this murderous sun. Dress, you may have always had a thing for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes in purple and dark brown. That's kind of weird. If you notice, everyone had different answers. So here's the harp. Hello. Red ever and always. This is Ulda, my dear girl, where the sun beats on your back with fire fists and the sins and sands are hot and unforgiving and everywhere at once. We all dance live for our passions and our lust for life is only surpassed by our lust for lust. It's a bit strange, but it means the right wins. Alrighty. Hello. Hello. You're here on behalf of the Wheels Guild, are you? Yes. 801 said you'd be along. Well, what color is it to be? Sounds as though you have 2 votes for red, 1 vote each for green, yellow, white, and black, and 1 abstaining. And 1 vote for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. By no means a resounding victory, but I suppose red it shall be. I have some catalysts I've been saving for just such an occasion, my whereas I'm going to concoct the most vibrant red all I've ever seen. Alchemy may look arcane and esoteric to the uninitiated, but it is grounded in not but science and experimentation. Indeed, I dare say it does more to advance culture and civilization than any other discipline. Achievements, they do some things, but it's mainly just, yeah, the endorphin of completing something in your brain. Hello? Yes, yes, yes! At last my work is complete, mark my words. This formula will revolutionize alchemy as we know it, which is the supersonic. Even raging fevers will be instantly extinguished. But I must needs test it, adventurer. While I produce more, I bid you take this bastard Perline to a man there named Landerbird. He is trusted by the other refugees. Persuade this Landerbird to take my tonic, give it to his people. I require nothing in exchange. After all, if it is truly effective, there will be a tremendous boon to the advancements of the alchemic arts and, mankind at large. You can see where his priority is. Oh man, it's almost been 2 hours already. I haven't even fought anything yet, oh my god. I knew the early game was long, but now I've got a timer going, oh my god. Well, I say timer, oops, I went past what I wanted. The recording thing. That tells you how long you've been recording for. Weaver's Guild. And then I need to go this way. medicine for the sick. Here you go. Ha, we're not fools, lass. We know full well what that bastard Aowen is up to. I will accept his medicine nonetheless. Look at this, beggars can't be choosers. Might be as it's a mere experiment to him, but to us it's a matter of life and death. If we've got to choose between this bastard swill and nothing at all, is a really choice. Hello? You come here by choice, and you are still bearing medicine. Your kindness shouldn't go unrewarded. This vase is important to us, but I want you to have it. Just some old pottery, I know, but it must be valued by collectors of cultural artifacts. There are men who are willing to pay good coin for such objects. If you go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, chances are you'll find one of them. And there's Cesaruga. But give me this first. Hello. And you are her newly come adventurer, but of course, yes, I am Cesaruga. What can I do for you? Ah, you would have me teach you the ways of the monsters. Very fast, that's my fee. What? Excluded free? Sure you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an old for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services, but the fact you offer nothing is laughable. Oh yeah, read this. Mistress already instructed you, okay? Consider yourself fortunate. I shall be brief and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Uldar's markets have ever served as both literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Julbrand and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Uldar as their base of operations. They see to it this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided it has sufficient funds. Sure, there's something you seek, adventure, a deadly sword, perhaps, or a shiny trinket. Whatever it is you want, exchange will have it. To the north, you'll find merchants selling armor and accessories, curatives, and crafting materials. And to the south, you'll find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain alert should you find something pique your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. Ahem. That is all the complimentary aid you have me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Mommy. Now up with you! Get ready? Yeah, okay. Hello. Welcome! What might a discerning radio I guess I'll be looking for today? Can you, sell this? Permit me to examine this vase of yours. I hope you did not spend too much coin on this trash. Flood of like items brought in by refugees has destroyed what the man once existed. The markets are fickle, my friend. If you lose sight of current trends, you stand to lose everything, as I once did. Market wars once bore my name until fate and hubris reduced me to this. For your sake, I pray you do not have to learn about this the same way I did. So what it's basically saying is, because there's a supply market, obviously. And there's supply and there's demand. And then when demand goes up and supply goes down, things go up in price. And then when supply goes up and demand goes down, things drop in price. So just as an example, let's just have a look. Alright, so let me just gladiator arms. Let's go all the way up and up and up, up and up and up to 100. Alrighty, so the green items here, these three here. At one time or another, currently the Koli Lama sword was just introduced to the game. There's one left, it's 3 million gil. Because it is currently the best crafted weapon in the whole game. The ceremonial Shamshir was the previous one. Now they're gone, and the last one's one sword for 3 gil. That has to be a mistake, right? might happen sometimes. You'll be like, oh my god, that's like 3 gil. And it's like, well, too bad. You're selling for 3 gil, man. So yeah, you can see, you know, like 100,000, 200,000, roughly 200, 300,000. You know, this used to be one as well. And now you've got a normal quality one for 45,000 and a high quality one that's sold for 49,000. Because the prices dropped as the patches came out. And it's the same with armor. So I'll cut the other way. It's faster. So then here we go. So this is the new one. 2 million. This was the old one. There's none left. Last one sold for 480,000. This was the one before that. 20,000, 100,000, 50,000. So it's all about supply and demand. And all the raiders want the top of the line equipment. And they will literally pay millions of gil for it. If they can't craft it themselves, or if they don't have anyone that can craft it for them. It's the same with materials. Some materials that'll be expensive one day, then the next day that's just boom, dropped, worthless. So now I've tuned to everything. I can, when it lets me actually move. Oh jeez, okay, I can move again. Okay, so it's added 4 locations, so I can now move through to other areas. So I can go to Western Thanalan, and then also 2 places in Central Thanalan. And also the airship landing, but that's much later. So now, here we are at the Gladiators Guild, just like that. It's so convenient. Alright, hello. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild, friend. Tell me, are you new to the thrills of Mortal Kombat? Well, whether you are or not, you are new to us. If you will take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and lack is not far worse. A daunting prospect, I can see, but there is no other way if you mean to take to the bloodshed one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Ul'dah. Why else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast as to one day allow him to kind of sit on the syndicate? There's no an Ul'dah alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of this than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight and triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it, think of your legacy, and if your soul stirs, join us. Hello. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name and legend, or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? Join the Gladiators Guild, yes? A decision you shan't regret one moment. Make way for Chloe Carpenter, fresh meat coming through. Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to First Lord Mila. Seek her and obtain her approval. Mila. I really don't want to. But I have to. Mila, get on. I heard Lulutsu. So you're Chloe Carpenter. 'Tis a good, strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I'm Mila, Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts. I presume you have your reasons for choosing the sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it's easiest to learn. It is the easiest to learn, I'm not gonna lie. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade is anything but. For every Colosseum champion to measure ranks, there have been countless disappointments who have failed to achieve greatness. Better than mighty for me, Chloe, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword, and if it be your fate, die by it? Sure. Then welcome to your new home. Let's not waste time. I would gauge your aptitude for the sword. Just outside the gates of Ul'dah, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Slay 3 of each and return here when finished. A simple task, but essential to your training. Nonetheless, now go! Okay. if I have to. And that is why I waited. So now that gives me 3 targets. So now what we want to do is want to go to the Gate of Nald. And then boom! I can see the whole map. This is only for around the bond areas. I'm pretty sure. Where once you enter the region, you get the whole map immediately. And now we do combat! Hiya! Hiya! Dead. I win. And now blow it up again. And as you can see, multiple quests are completing at once. So it's a handy way by getting all the quests before leaving, because you'll have all the combat quests that you need. So Fast Blade and Riot Blade is basically your combo for a while. So as you can see, you know, Fast Blade does what, 16, and then Riot Blade does 28. Because it's a combo. Now, if I decide I don't want to do a combo, why would I do that? So if you just use Riot Blade on its own, it does 9. So you always want to be doing your combos as melee classes. So every single combat class has a rotation that you need to be able to learn. Some are more complicated than others, especially when you get the ones that start at high levels, because you start with everything. Whereas all of the classes that start at level 1, you eventually learn by getting them skills, experimenting and stuff like that. Now you might think, what if I just Google it? There's a problem with that, because there is over 10 years of changing content of rotations. So yes, you can Google it, but more than likely you will find lots of stuff on things that no longer exist. Which is annoying, but I mean, that's the way the game is. Every expansion brings lots of changes. And now I need to go to Western Finland. I'll just go by Crystal. So for instance, Gladiator's original combo was not Fast Blade Riot Blade. It was actually Fast Blade Savage Blade. And you got Riot Blade at level 18. They changed it. But there's still content up on Google that has the rotation as Fast Blade Savage Blade. So you need to be extremely careful with what you're looking at and make sure you see how it's dated. Because even between major expansions, they do changes all the time. Most recently is Black Mage. Black Mage used to have a lot of issues. I'll turn it in a second. In regards to like the rotation and all that kind of stuff, because you'd have multiple timers going down that you need to be aware of. And if any one of them wore out, then you'd have to start from 0. So they've recently changed it, so you don't have to worry about timers anymore. Okay, so I'm almost level 6. Hello. Bye. Alright, I'll just really explain auto attack. Okay, so now you can see I've targeted this thing, and I've pressed X. There's now a rotating circle. That's the auto attack, which is just a very little bit of damage. Don't rely on auto attack. You want to use all your abilities. All your abilities have like a 2.5 second global cooldown. No abilities are weapon skills. Because there's abilities, there's spells, and there's weapon skills. So all melee classes have weapon skills. All the physical ranged, which is your archers and some other ones, also have weapon skills, and then all the mages are spells, but they work like weapon skills. That's right, I need to go back and turn everything in. Man, I've been speaking so much that my throat is like crying. Alrighty, so we'll just do them one at a time. Hello, I did the thing. I have brought it. Here you go. Yes, this shall serve nicely by virtue of your Torah monster person publishing the many breaths of Fanawan. Thank you. Take this as recompense. Go now, may the trader smile upon you. Now, here's where we have options and stuff. Now, as you can see, a little eye patch. It says the cycle of war. So that's any non-magic cost. So your melee and your physical range. And this hempen hat says all classes, so everybody can use it. But you can see in the stats that it gives you 1 intelligence and 1 mind. That's mage stuff. Or you can give this the elegant tin piece. You get 4 of them, they sell for 25 gil. Trust me, just get this. Just for all of a Ramadan, honestly, you do not want to pick up gear. From quests, you want only the elegant tin pieces. Or rather the elegant pieces, because there's tin, there's silver, there's gold, etc. But they're just items that you sell for money. It is worth pointing out right at this moment that on the free trial, there is a limit to how much gear you can have. Which is, I believe, 300,000. Now that sounds like a lot, but trust me, it's not. Back already, are you? Yes, I am. Here you go. Exceptional. Well done. The Pugilist Guild is among my largest clients. I fear what would have come to pass had this order been delayed any longer. Take this. You've more than earned it. Right, so he just gave me something interesting, which is called a lightning shard. And I forgot about that. Because I'm on a preferred server, and I have my bonus, it's giving me some... Oh, hang on, I need to move this. Let me just move this. And make it bigger. Silver chocobo traders. You can't trade them, you can't sell them. You use them to gain free gear. So yeah. Free gear. Alrighty. This way. So then that's Mermaidy. Oh, sir, I just need to go into the guild. I've done everything else. Okay, cool. What I was gonna go on about. I've gotten some of these. Water shards, lightning shards, wind shards, fire shards. Those are all used in crafting. You need them as crafting. Now, as you can see here, I've got Ethernet, visit another world server, set home point, register the favored, register security, token free, register PlayStation Plus free. I do not have PlayStation Plus on this account anymore. There was no point keeping it. But you can't transfer PlayStation accounts. Once you log in on a Final Fantasy XIV account with a PlayStation account, that's it. You can't change the PlayStation account associated with it, and you can't add another one. But yeah, with the free trial, you cannot sell on the player market, and you cannot buy from the player market. You also can't trade with other players. So even if you pick up something that's worth, like 600,000 gil, you can't sell it for 600,000 gil. Because you're at on free trial. So you need to be really careful with inventory management. Back in one piece, it's about bloody time. Bro, calm down. I admit you looked like you just picked up a sword yesterday, but you handle yourself well enough, I'll give you that. And I'll give you this as well, ain't worth a nine. All those finest blue after, I'm sure you find a use for it. So again, you could go for the deal. Don't. Honestly, you're gonna level so quickly that you'll out-level your gears so easily. Hello. There will be greater challenges, I know. If you wish to master the sword, you must test yourself against a wide variety first. Then I present to you this hunting log. It contains information on creatures ideal for a gladiator in training. You will doubtless gain valuable experience should you seek out and slay them. It is only with such practice that you will recognize and eliminate the deficiencies in your technique. Your training under me shall continue once that half sits so snugly in your hand you cannot imagine holding on anything else. Until then. Now normally you wouldn't be level 5 at this point. Let alone level 6. But I'm actually level 6. So now she's giving me third. So let's have a look at that. So, third. There is food items in this game, which you can partake whenever you want. So the way it works is, as you can see, skill speed plus 8%. But it says max 2. What does that mean? If you have so much skill speed already that 8% is more than 2, it will only give you 2. Which is kind of silly, to be honest. But that's why it's item level 5. So, but it gives you 1 vitality, 1 direct hit rate. But the most important thing is it gives EXP bonus plus 3%, duration 30 minutes. So, for me, that's an extra 6%. So I might as well do that, and then, rather annoyingly, talk to Baylor again. I take it you and your sword have become better acquainted, that I will now instruct you on further fundamental aspects of what it means to be a gladiator, commanding an opponent's attention. As gladiators, we're trained to engage enemies at close range, whether in their attacks or we deliver our own. However, there are times when we must do battle alongside allies whose talents are not the same as our own. In a such situation, your role is not to slay the enemy behind you, but rather defend the man beside you. We do this by eliciting the enmity of our opponents through attacks and techniques designated to incite their hatred. You must learn to draw the enemy's attention to yourself and trust your stout constitution to endure. In doing so, you protect your weak comrades who will otherwise perish. To help you understand this, there is a task which I have to perform. It just so happens that Momedy the Quicksand has requested our assistance. A gang of Lamits and marauders has paraded into town and become harassing people outside her establishment. Men like these prey on the weak, but will turn tail and flee the first on defiance. You need not resort to violence. It will suffice to show them that you are not afraid of them and will not tolerate their behavior. Seek out the Laminsons and make your presence known by bellowing, "Face me, marauder." In this way, you'll protect the people of Ul'dah as you would your allies in battle. This is by far the worst worded quest in the entire game. So many people do not understand what you're actually supposed to do in this. And they start typing away like face me, face me, face me, and I'm the novice chat and say chat and all this other chat. That is not what you're supposed to do. It's so poorly worded. So I'll go here. Actually, my throat is getting really dry and really hoarse. I need a drink, so I will be back in a minute. Baby. Okay, we're back. I've had a bit of a drink and my throat's feeling better. Okay, so here's the problem with this quest. It says, right here, it says, if I can just, here we go. Tell the marauders outside the quicksand to face / me. Which is a horrible way of wording it. what you're supposed to do is type /main. But so many people, they type face/main because of how badly worded it is. You know, your friend here's a 12 damn cheat, thinks he can charge us more because we're foreigners, but he'll get his own back, mark me words. This defeated. Boy, come on now, he was disrespecting me proud sea-wolf heritage. Finally, the bastard baby, we ain't finished. Then there's another one. There he is. What, you're blaming me because this little word is intense? Well, dog I am and dog at you too. It's colorful language, but I don't want to get in trouble. Especially for this one. The hell is your problem? Maybe she likes, something. What, you supposed to be a bloody lady in waiting? But don't matter, you're gonna spoil the mood. He was gonna do something I don't want to talk about. But it's just a game. It's just, you know, different folks. Whoa, look at this guy's sword. Hello. 'Tis a rare day indeed. I have honor to speak with such a fair maiden. A toast to a most fortuitous meeting, the first of many, I pray. It is such damn. Hello. Hello. Just who the hell do you think you're speaking to, maggot? I'm Bommel the Driven, and me bloody marauders have been raving so long mothers scare the children with tales about us. Don't believe me words, and I'll let me axe do the talking. Cutscene. Oh, this is lively even for the quicksand. You two are gonna put on a show for us. What's this? Another goddamn fool? Show some respect when you talk to Performer the Driven, leader of a troop of bloody members or some such. I heard you that first time. Your voice carries quite well. Then unless you want me to split your skull on the axe, you better... Huh? That sort of could be frenzy. But I sort of not what bloody hells it's you. You know, I haven't been to stand back much. Mind if I join the fun? Begging your pardon, sir. And he's gone. Why do they always do that? Looks like it's just you and me. Standing up to that limit, so it's quite brave to do. And quite foolish. I think I'd let you, gladiator. Name's Aldous. I'd buy you a drink, but I'm afraid I just spent the last of me coin. I used to be a young gladiator like you back then, but that hardly concerns you. These days, I'm just an explorer of the unexplored, a seeker of as yet unknown experiences, like a person waiting for them in a specific place. Gods, I've missed this city, this wonderful desert draw of debauchery and sin. Now if you'll excuse me. Hello. We'll discuss over what just happened. How was your tour of the city? Corey, get lost, did ya? Aye, well, Uldar's a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So when you go exploring, explore like you've got a purpose, eh? Alright then, all that's left is for you to work hard, make money, spend it here at the quicksand. Ah, no. Level up! I swear if I hadn't seen Aldous with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it was him. Everyone here thought he died years ago. Listen, Chloe, do me a favor and don't tell me about Mid and Aldous, alright? She doesn't need this sort of drama. Well, why? Well, let's just say some are again good for one another. I'll be back. We're gonna go this way. And then we're gonna go here. Yeah. I've already heard of the express the quicksand. Chloe did well to send those orders packing, which I could say we've had the last of them. Alas, we've received reports of X-20 ways sorting merchants traveling through Scorpion Crossing. These words will not suffice after all. I want you to finish what you've begun, Chloe. Head to West and down and see that farm all the driven and all those who shared that these camps have been trouble the people of Old Oregon. Sure. But before I do that, I'm gonna have some potatoes. Not really. I mean, I'm sure I could buy a potato, but... Hello. Come on. Pray, let me catch my breath. I went all the way to Scorpion Crossing for a package, but I just realized I've returned with the wrong one. The way back is so far. I can't. I simply can't. But you make the trip back instead. I'm sure some poor soul left Scorpion Crossing to see his package. I haven't the breath left to turn away. Go see. Monsieur. Right, it's like not even that far. Calm down. My cat just tapped me. I don't know what she wants. That was weird. Still this tapping on my arm and it's my cat. No. Huh? Where am I? Who are you? Am I planning where she go? Bugger, did me shift start already? The hell was with it? I'm bleeding exhausted anyway. Mind taking this thing? GG nasty or the dispatch out out today. Probably give you something for your trouble. Anyways. Hello. Well, youngling. How are you finding our final darling? Tell your parents about yet? If so, mayhap has probably ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of water are one thing, but the wilds of 10 a.m. That's another altogether. I know a blurk you might fancy speaking to, and here. Name of Papa Shaw, you'll find him over the old dark dispatch yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in Central Fenland. Just head out the door, across the hall, you see the good north stirring right back here. Past through it, head east. You'll come upon it for long. There's dangers beyond the wall there, more than I care to count. Nothing to travel, mind you, but fast enough to attack you if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you. But I'm level 7, I'm fine. I do need some new things though. I have to go find this Mimishu dude. Even if I wanted to do the Christmas event, I can't because it's in Gridania. And I'm not equipped for a long journey. So we've got quite a few things to do. Hello. Scorpion Crossing, the way can be simply passed through this gate, head west to come upon it. Delivering a package, are you? In that case, you want to speak with Oswald when you arrive. Back here. There is a very specific reason why I'm saying don't select gear. Okay, so now you see this little strange icon on the name? That means it's in your hunting log. So if I do this a few times, manage 2 martyrs. Nice manage 2 martyrs, okay. Alright, so now they give you roughly 66%, right? Well, I just got 360 experience points because I completed Gladiator 2 log, 180, double it at 360. So they give you lots of experience points. So the hunting log is only from level 1 to 50. So then I'll get some more experience points. 150. Because it gave me 75. So if you go into logs, here it is, hunting log. So if I take down 3 cactuars, I get 360. Double it, that's 720. For 3 stepping shoes, 410. Double it, that's 820. So, especially with the XP bonus, they're an amazing way to get experience early on. Because there isn't really much in the way of like grinding on enemies. You grind in dungeons. But that's so much later, which I probably won't even get to it honestly. You know, just chill vibes. Just chill vibes today. New year literally around the corner. Alright, there we go, 720. Now, this thing over here, you will have noticed. This thing spawns here and there. It's level 50. It's called Electron. It has a strange mark next to its name. This is what we call an A rank. It's to do with a hunt, which is level 50 plus. Every now and then these guys spawn around. Defeating them gives you some currencies. But they will absolutely destroy you if you're under level 60 on your own. Now as for this guy, he's level 12. But the blue icon means that he doesn't attack you on sight. So that's what all the different icons next to the names mean. Let me just deal with this. As you can see, I'm doing roughly the same amount of damage, but at a higher level they have more HP. So my weapon is outdated. But don't worry about it. But now something that I haven't been using yet. Fight or flight. Increases your damage. So now I'm doing 33. And that was a direct hit. There. And now we've got roll actions. Which is kind of neither here nor there. It's just an extra skill. It's just that everyone in the roll gets them. And when they reach the specific level. Hello. It's gone, I just know it. God, I've had enough problems already. You took the wrong package, both of you bloody earth. Here you go. The Horizon package, you're a 12th end. You spare me quite a headache, friend. Thank you. Trying to divert so many other misplaced shipments plaguing me these days. So once again, you've got some gear. Go for the bronze piece. Hello? You've tons there, don't you? Make yourself useful when you find missing crates. The manifest clearly states that 3 crates above the East Aldernon Trading Company were included in the latest shipment from Best Would Be, but I can't seem to find the bloody things. They ought to be around here somewhere, but I can't waste any more time looking. You find the crates, bring them to me. There's one. This one. Then jump. Yes, there is fall damage. However, you will not die from fall damage. Except under one very specific condition. That is falling while in combat. You will always die if you fall while in combat. Depending on the height, obviously. Did you find any crates? Hey there. Great job, friend. These will make the next wagon taste here. The ship has never stopped coming day in, day out. Just keeping track of everything is enough to give you migraines. That's a merd. Business is good, true, but why use money if you haven't the time to spend it? I haven't done a pint with friends in weeks. That's another merge. Hello. Boxes, crates, barrels, lifting, moving, stacking. There's no end to it. I'm tired, so very tired. Say, friend, do a hard-working stranger kindness what it is. Let us have to kick a pair of the Sealed Bazaar. I'd call on myself for an hour at a time, and a daddy's wearing legs would carry me there, even if I did. I had to send something nice along with it. Could I trouble you to scrounge up, say, 5 hammer-big tail feathers? God knows you can find the base around here easy enough. Kiki-Per's a dear old friend. She's called the Silver Bazaar for, well, far too long. There's been ill rumors of the place of late. I'd like to just make sure she's well is all. I guess that's far away. Hello. No. This can't be happening. There's no time to send for more nerve. You there. So you see myself a girl kill as many cactuals as you must to gather 4 bottles of their blood. I don't care if you have to hunt the little green bastards to extinction. Please, there's no time to explain. Just know that my very life hangs in the balance with the love of gods. Hurry, woman. And that's a different. Don't worry about what's happening on the bridge over there. If you're curious about it, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Because I'll be dying over there. Later. Oh, I need 5. Okay. So, you may have noticed I parried. So with a weapon, you can parry. It's a small percent chance. So I'm gonna need to go... Oh, this one. And obviously parrying reduces the amount of damage you take. Don't worry about those. Just a casual stroll. And I might as well deal with these guys. Two headshots, but I was expecting nothing like usual. The drop rates on like materials and stuff can be kinda bad. But you'll get used to it. And there's no point grinding for materials, especially when you can't one-shot them. Okay, that's that done. So now, back this way. Hello? Have you brought the cactual blood? Awful bottle, show me! God, calm down, bro. Phew, you saved my hide. Friend just stopped to give my car a check on the way to Udan, so all my bottles of Razatan skin tonic were as empty as galleon promise. Looks as though the lid shook off in transit and the whole load spilled right out, but I refused to have it said that Guntram failed to make it good on the delivery. Cactua blood is supposed to help keep the skin supple. I'll just use what you've brought to fill the empty bottles, and all those lovely Udan maidens will be none the wiser. Don't worry about getting found out. Razatan skin tonic is still a rare find, all the more so this far south. I bet you none in Uda would even know we're from an airport of their own, something or other. There we go, level 9. Haberdasher, hello. You sell equipment. Here you go. So yes, you can just buy it, yeah. Now some of it kind of expensive, but you don't even need to buy it, yeah. Don't worry about it. And then this person's a merchant and mender. So you can purchase some items, such as some potions, and also some fishing bait, which you can't use, because fish is inland, so. But most importantly, they can repair your gear. But I don't have anything that needs to be repaired at the moment. So everything has a condition. So, eventually, when the condition reaches 0, the gear will break. So what'll happen is, I don't have much now, but obviously gear has stats. And the better the stats, the more it improves you. When a piece of gear breaks, those stats stop applying. So you will always make sure that your gear is fine and repaired. The game will tell you when it's like, oh, this piece of equipment is at like 10%, and are you sure you want to keep going? And it's like, oh, I need to repair. Now crafters can repair their own gear, which is amazing. But if you're not a crafter, you can't repair your own gear, and need to go over to our merchants. They tore me from me saddle and took everything I earned. Bring my goods back to me, I beg you. There's a level 35 frostblade right here. I suppose he'll like try to throw in jail or something afterwards or something. Caravan sack, hello. A word of angry curses assaults your ears. Hello. And there is a % chance to dodge. For these AoE kind of things, which is just an AoE now I think about it, you have to just get out of the way. Now, depending on your connection, getting out of the way may not matter. Especially when things get cast really quickly. Because it snapshots you. Because it's an online game. So if you're in the snapshot, you get hit. And then you're like, I totally wasn't in that, and lag, and you tell your party it's normal gamer excuses. Regardless of whether they were true or not. Alright, I need to go this way. What am I doing? Hello. Yeah. 12, bless you, adventure for one of the good women like you. I'd never leave home. Hello. Now this person's important. As you can see, that's got a plus on the quest icon and it's blue. That's really important. Because that means it unlocks something. So where the heart is the goblet. Have you heard the news about the goblet? All that quality land so desperately covers the auction off to bidders regardless of their origins. Even adventurers have the right to participate. Just imagine the entire area could end up owned by wealthy foreign... beg your pardon, miss. Isn't that I dislike adventurers? Far from it. But when you consider that order are still struggling to accommodate countless refugees, the idea that this land is being sold for profit is not surprising whatsoever, come to think of it. Still, the least they could do is give preferential treatment to hard-working Gordons like me. I've been saving for years, just waiting for an opportunity like this to come along. Say, you wouldn't happen to be curious as well, would you? About the goblet? My hands are full here, but if you've a moment to head that way and look into this auction business on my behalf, I'd be ever so grateful. There's bound to be an immortal Flames representative by the gates or in the goblet who can explain what's going on. This wouldn't happen without General Raban's approval, of that much I'm sure. I will do that, but give me your other quest first. You there, yes, you're an adventurer, you're not. You travel about Eorzea slaying beasts and finding your treasure, that sort of thing. I have need of help. I must travel to Eorzea with my cargo away to my chocobo slugger while moving ill. I try to have a close look, but a sort of vile pair of antennae protruding from his feathers off my nerve. I love slugger with all my heart, but bugs I cannot do. I see him have a parasite ladybug that's gorging itself with blood. Check in for me, would you? And if you find a ladybug duck in there, somebody kill the damn thing. Hello? Quick. Hello. Feel better? Quick. Hello. Slugger says, thank you. Have you my thanks as well? I was sure as sun up it was a parasite ladybug. Must have latched itself with somewhere along the road. But how the bloody thing managed to stay considered that size is a complete mystery. In fact, I'm gonna question. I'd just like to move on and put all this behind me. If we don't keep our treasurers healthy, cargo won't be able to move over land. We owe these birds a great debt. I wish more folk would see that. Thanks for the experience points. Right. Here we go. Here. Hello. Heard about the auctions, have you? You're not the first to approach me this eve. Aye, 'tis true. In an effort to encourage immigration to our great nation, all lands within the goblet we set aside for adventurers like yourself. Tragic, some might say, that only adventurers will be able to be permitted within its world. Will be permitted to settle within its walls. But such decisions were made by men wiser than I. A beautiful place, the goblet, a man-made oasis built atop a towering bridge. But why bother explaining when you can see for yourself? Just head through these gates and follow the road. If you wish to know more about the goblet, speak with the recruit station just past the entrance. He'll be happy to assist you. Basically just... Here we go. Housing. There is 30 wards. And as you can see, there's still stuff for sale because this is the materials server. American server, completely full. EU server is probably completely full. This one, completely barren. Now you look at this. All this stuff for sale. Okay, I think I've found where, like, yeah. So yeah. Let's go to the barren one so you can see what it looks like. And then I'll move to the other one as well. And here we are. Hello. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the goblet. Beg your pardon, and all done. Woman asked you to learn more about the auctions. Oh dear. As you may have heard, these spots are reserved exclusively for adventurers. Since your friend is an all-done citizen, she is ineligible to participate. Should you yourself have a mind catch up, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. That's just a lie, honestly, because we don't need to deal with that. So what you do, so here you go, here's the map. All of these symbols mean that it's, up for sale. So what you do, I can't physically show you because I don't have the rights to purchase unlocked. But where is it? Along here? Oh, it's down there. So here we go. So here's the plot. There's the information. So it's plot 2 in the 10th ward. The price is 3,187,500 gil. It's a small. You cannot buy it for your free company, but you can buy it for yourself. So probably no one to bid on it. There were no participants in the lottery. So what you would do is you'd be like, okay, so here's my money. And then, it says result period ends 1:59 AM 31st of the 12th, 2025. Then the lottery is drawn. And then whoever's number comes up, they win and get the plot. And then they go from there and buy like the stuff to actually have the house actually appear. And then do furnishings and all that kind of stuff. It's all a fun thing. But you need to have the girl on you. You pay the girl to join the lottery, and then when you don't win, it gets refunded. But you have to check the lottery first, I believe, to get your girl back. Now, that's how you kind of buy housing. Now, the right to buy housing is totally different. You need to be not only level 50, but you need to have a high enough rank, which we'll get into later. Because I believe the rank is 2nd lieutenant. Yeah. So we can get into that later. For now, though, we will go to plot 1. Not plot 1, ward 1. Alright, it's exactly the same map, but as you can see, there's yellow, there's blue. Yellow means they're closed. The only people who can enter it are the people who own it. At least I'm pretty sure that's what yellow is. I could be wrong, let's find out. Because this one's yellow. Yeah, as you can see, here's their house. They haven't done anything to it. And the door's locked, so you can't go inside and have a little look. But, just a little bit down the road, this person's at least put a teleportation device here, so they can teleport it to whenever they want. So just up here. It's a long way around. 70 stairs. So then you finally go up these stairs. Go up these stairs, and then here we go. They've got some crops that are ready. Hopefully they don't die. They've got some furnishings. And then you can just go inside. You're like, whoa. Look how huge it is. So yeah, they got some stuff. Face down, they've changed some things. Then, yeah. They're just like, starting out. Or don't care. They just won the plot. I mean, that's the thing, like, some people just won the plot. Just so someone else can't have it. It's a shame, but it happens. And then you like go over here. Then I can only go to the workshop. So no one's got a room. So Now it's for a free company, which is basically the player guilds. So you join together, and then just so you can chat and have fun, hang out. Okay, where am I compared to where I need to be? Up here. So that's housing. So there's different amount of slots for outside depending on the plot size. And then I think now everyone has the same slots inside. But obviously there's different interiors. Like the bigger it is, the more you can do with it. And leave. And here we are. Hello. You pretend. Tell me what you've learned at the auctions. Eh? What do you mean it's reserved exclusively for adventurers? I mean short times are tough and every nation is scrambling to attract formidable fighters. What about my needs? What about my 40 acres and a chocobo? Ah, it's just not fair. Thanks for the guild, bro. And now you can teleport to the rest of the true area. That's what you unlocked. So you unlocked the ability to go there. From Udar itself. But it's only from the main ether, right? Which I can show you. So return. Now return has a cooldown. So you can't just use it willy-nilly. So it has 900 second cooldown. So now as you can see, residential district. So I can go to wherever I want. This way. Hello. Good, it is finished, and with that, this stage of your training is complete. This time your enemies were ill-behaved ruffians, but who knows what manner of opponents you will face in the future. Regardless, I have faith that you do well, master your sword, and you shall master yourself. Now then, there'll be work for you in the days to come. Return to your training code, we'll speak again. Now, this is unique equipment, but what you can do, you can right-click it or press square, try on. Let me just do that. Display, yeah. That's what you'd look like. Now, you could argue that, yes, I want that. No, you don't want that. You want this. You always want this, and you're getting a free sword. And now I'm level 10. And now, look at this. Action learn, shield bash. Iron will. I can't use shield bash because I don't have a shield. Now I've also unlocked Earth Gorge. This symbol indicates the defensive stance Iron Will is in effect, which increases enmity. I don't know why they changed the name of it. Because it used to be called Shield Earth. But I changed it to Iron Will, which makes no sense. Right, hello. You look well. I hope you're ready for your next task because I require your immediate assistance. There have been several violent murders recently, the victims of which were all Hieran men. Based on the multiple spear wounds found upon bodies of the deceased, we believe that Lancers are responsible for the crimes. Not only are these matters a blight upon our city, I fear it is only a matter of time before one of our own is targeted. I have just received reports of foreign Lancers skulking about in Stone's Throw. Considering the circumstances, I find it likely that these are the culprits. We cannot abide any more matters. Curse that are outside the cave now. Let's speak with any you find the area. With luck, we find these lances before they strike again. Okay, so now first of all, the armor chest. Yup, I need a movement. And I haven't equipped something either. Okay, so here we go. So if you go to item comparison, my sword has no stats and has 8 damage and 5.3 auto attack with a delay of 2. So the bronze bastard sword has 11, which is 3 more. It has an auto attack of 7.4, so it does more. And the delay is 1.92, which is slightly faster. So let's equip that. Now, I've also, this is the gift that the merchant gave me from the beginning of the game. I was supposed to equip it, but I forgot. Okay, so now, here's one sword. So now, we are going, yeah. So there's lots to do. But it is really important that you do your course quests. So all the gladiator stuff that I'm doing right now is specifically for gladiators. So every gladiator has to do it. Hello. Dad, kill me please, I'm not the one you want. I'm under attack. Thank you. That they appeared out of nowhere, asked me if I was out at speed point. I said no, but they attacked me anyway. Well, what did I do to deserve this? Off he goes. Report to Milo. I haven't even been showing that off. Good. Here we go. This is your journal. It tells you, you know, what quests you've got, and there's all kinds of entries and stuff, and it's like, you know, arriving at Startor, you're ambushed by 2 Duskblight freelancers, but succeed in vanquishing the burst. Speak with the Godless Gladiators to ascertain that he's unharmed. You've learned that the freelancers were searching for men named Aldous. Return to Milo! So your journal has like entries and stuff like that in it. Some of them are really funny. Some of them are really creative. But most of them just stick to the point. Hello. So they were indeed the murderers we saw. But what brought Duskblight freelancers away from the Black Shroud? And why were they murdering Kiara men with swords? First sword! It's Bruce! What is it? Lancers! A gang of them hiding in the tunnels south of Blackbrush Station. It seems we're not rid of them yet. Chloe, you might as well finish what you started. Gotta send truth, then I'll end the special whilst these freelancers. Bruce, accompany Chloe, see if she doesn't die. Well, I can't keep the last from getting skewered, but I'll patch her up best I can. Chloe, defend Bruce. He knows powerful healing magics, but he cannot employ them unless you keep your enemies occupied. Make sure you command their full attention at all times. I am counting on you to keep those bastards away from me. Watch me back, and I'll watch yours. You have your orders. Send these freelancers to the 7th gate. Right, so this is to teach you, how the game calls it enmity. The players, we call it threat, hate, rage, whatever word is appropriate for the moment. But it's basically the thing that makes enemies lock onto only you. So as a gladiator, which is the tank class, you have to learn how to get the enemy's attention. But the downside is it doesn't actually show you how to do that against players. Because players, oh man, they're ruthless. To the point they will literally run ahead of you. Like, you say under, and then all of a sudden they're running ahead, pulling the whole dungeon for you. And then you all die, and you're like, bro, I said I was new, and then you did that, what are you doing? Scary sway. So then we have to go along the train tracks. Or car tracks, or whatever they are. Alright, the sure things. So that'll give me what, 800? There we go. By now, you would normally have done another instance. But I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible. Hi, Bruce. Seems someone's turn. We'll say we wait here in ambush and we'll never turn. Here we go. You're waiting. Boom! Duty calls. Commence battle for all dogs by respondent. Level sync is interface to above the maximum level allowed. We sync as follows. Level 14. So now I'm in my own little instance. Then you use turtle equips. And there we go. I have all of them on my sides. Now, I'm not under level, but I'm under geared. But that's what Bruce is for. Hello. And that's the other thing, right? As tank, you want the enemies pulling away from your party for when they do AoEs at you. And for other reasons which we'll get into. And there we go. Hi, Bruce. Looks like we're done here. Let's head home. I could use a drink. See ya. I can't use return because it's on cooldown still. And I don't have teleport. I should really go get it, but I'm not. I guess this is a good time to share full damage. Hoya! Ow. So I only took 34 damage. Easy peasy. But there are falls that will reduce you to 1 HP. And there's also obviously enemies near those falls as well. So if you're in combat and you jump off the cliff, yeah, you'll come down. But it's only in combat. Some people get a bit confused. I think it's anything, but it's not. It's only if you're in combat. And here we are again. So now, Gladiator Guild. And then I might call it soon after I do one more thing. Congratulations, Bruce says you did well. You've shown tremendous growth. Not really. You've earned the right. I grant you leave to join other guilds. As you doubtless know, all guilds home to both the Pugilist Guild and the Mages Guild. However, there are also guilds we may learn something of a more peaceful tradition. You may even join the guilds of other nations if that is your desire. Know that I will respect your decisions, whatever they may be, as long as you do not forget that you are, above all, a gladiator. Before you head off, I wanted to ask you, Bruce believes those freelancers for bounty. What's your opinion on this, Chloe? Yeah, I want to know this. Aldous, are you certain that's the name? He's alive, but how? Okay, so now I'm getting a new sword already, and a shield. And same thing, don't get the gun. Because what you need is money. Armory unlocked. You now have access to the armory system. Which means I can now join any other guild. And here we go, I'm level 11. So now what I can do is I can press this button. This automatically equips both weapons. Yes, the shield looks horrible, but we have to deal with it. Alrighty, so now here's the final thing. So we're gonna go this way. Hello. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the wellspring of all done fashion. From humble thread, our peerless artisans weave wonders, dreams, and fabric form. We are renowned as Eorzea's finest purveyors of quality textiles and as her foremost arbiters of style. Needless to say, such renown was not won without effort. Ours is a tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also a highly rewarding one. It is little wonder that so many adventurers have set their hearts upon joining us. Might be one of them. Yes, I am. Aha! I thought as much. Then I'm sure you're eager to learn all about our illustrious history. Not really, no. Let's skip. Wave the wheel. Excellent. So I do one of your attires appropriate for the occasion. You'll find the esteemed redolent bird supervising guild operations over yonder. How shall I put this? He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. So long as you demonstrate that you are similarly committed, he will treat you fairly with respect. Hello. I want to be a weaver. What do we have here? Another adventure set of thrills and excitement. Shall I dance you merry drink? No. Well, this fails to please you, I suggest you run along. Perhaps the women of the Ruby Royal Exchange will be more to your liking. Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt. Weaving is an art, and like all true artists, we must make sacrifices and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer? Yes. So you say, but only time will tell. In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle should suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good, then hold it as you would when sewing it to me when you're ready to begin. So you get 100 lightning shots, which are really important. 50 wind shots, which are also important. And then this rusty needle. And then Weaver unlocked. You've unlocked Weaver and a new class. So now, you might be thinking, oh, hang on. Do I have to keep changing my gear every time? No. So you press this page button, press plus. Your current gear and class is saved. So now that says Gladiator. But if I do this, and then I press pause again, that says weaver. And there we go. Let me just get rid of that. I don't need to auto attack on a weaver. Wrong button. Okay, hello. Wow, you look like you were born to hold one of those. Even so, I suggest you keep it somewhere safe, especially when clambering over haystacks, as I shan't be issuing you another. Now, you certainly look the part, but it remains to be seen if you can play it. I bid you craft me a spindle of hempen yarn. A trifling task, yes, well, I do hope you find it, sir. Should it seem even remotely testing, you have no future at this guild. To make hempen harm, you will require mercury grass and lightning shots. The former can be purchased from our own dear Didibar. The latter you will have to fight yourself. That is all. Now, he already gave me the shards, but I do not have any mercury grass. So, will you just walk over here? Hello. They're like, hello. And then, so what I need is mercury grass. Here it is, mercury grass. But how many do you need? Well, crafting log. I need 2. Or, I didn't notice that. It searches, okay. I didn't notice they put that in, okay. But regardless, I need 2. No, 99. I need 2. So then, okay, no. Here we go. So hempen yarn. So I take 1 lightning shard and 2 mercury grass. And we're gonna be using normal quality materials. So then we synthesize. And then this little window happens. So, yeah, that's all this information. So that's what it is. So durability is 40. That means you have 4 actions. Oh no, it's not really actions, is it? 4... I guess crafting skills could cover it. It's kind of hard to explain. But basically, progress is completing the item. So you need to get progress filled completely to have the item crafted. If you don't, you fail the craft. Quality is high quality. So if you create something that's high quality, if it's a material like this hempen yarn, when you use that high quality hempen yarn, the quality of whatever you're going to be using it on goes up a little bit to start with. So at the start I might get like 10, maybe 15, maybe sometimes even 20 out of like 100. To make it easier to craft high quality. Now, if I use basic synthesis, here I am performing an action. I did 6 progress at a cost of 10 durability. So then I use it again. And there we go, I've leveled up to level 4. Believe it or not. And I've gained my 2 hempen yarn. So now I go back over to him. Hello. Digimar can provide the mercury grass, but you must procure the lightning shards. Or you made your yarn already. Here you go. And he takes it out, and she looks at it. Well, bless my soul, she can follow basic instructions. It would seem you've grasped the fundamentals. Good girl. Yarn and cloth may be mere materials, but they must be crushed with no less care than a whole garment. For though the finest garments are greater than the sum of their parts are invariably the finest. Do you remember this, Chloe, as you continue your training? Practice making yarn and other simple items. Return once you've attained the basic level of proficiency. Tedious, I grant you, but necessary. And you did tell me you were ready to suffer. This is true, I did say that. Now, as you see here, I'm getting more free stuff. 150 lightning shards, 100 wind shards, 40 Mercadras and a Hepancoda, which has 18 craftsmanship. Which I haven't actually gone over the stats at all, honestly. I should do that. Alright, so let me just change back to Gladiator real quick. Okay, so, let me just make this bigger. Alright. So, attributes. The main ones that everything has, which is your strength, dexterity, vitality, intelligence, and mind. Strength, obviously, the more damage you do with physical weapons. Dexterity is the strength is like the damage you do with ranged weapons, and there's two exceptions. There's ninja weapons and viper weapons. They use the dexterity stat, not the strength stat. And if you get confused, you can always hover over it, and then it gives you a huge list of what it affects. It's better to just go dexterity. Affects physical damage dealt by rogue, viper, archer, machinist, and dancer. Now, archer does include bard because it's the same class basically. And then obviously vitality is how much hit points you've got. Intelligence is how much damage you do as a mage. And mind is how much it used to be how much just healing did. But they changed it so that it also increases healer's damage. So a critical hit, obviously the bigger the number, the more chances you get a crit. Determination is just a small buff, it just makes you better. Direct hit, this is the more strange one. Every single thing you do has a chance of being a direct hit. Which it's not as good as a crit, but it's better than nothing. But then you've also got a direct critical hit, which gives you both bonuses and does huge damage. Defense and magic defense, that's obvious. Attack power, again, that's obvious. And then the amount of like damage you do with magic attacks, the amount of healing you do with healing magic. And then skill speed is your global cooldown. So if I just go here. So at the moment, Fast Blade has 2.5 recast time, which call that a global cooldown because using Fast Blade puts Riot Blade on cooldown. Same with Total Eclipse. So it's a 2.5 second recast time. That's your global cooldown. Skill speed affects that. Spell speed exactly the same way, just spells. Average item level is literally what it says on the tin. It's just the average level of your entire equipment. So like this is level 10, but these are all level 5. And then that's level 8, and then that's level 11. But the average is still 5. Tenacity is tank only, which it increases the amount of damage you do, as well as how much healing you do from all your HP restoring abilities. It also does less damage taken, which is good. And then piety is MP regeneration, which is healer only. Now, Weaver. Weaver has two different ones. Craftsmanship and control. So craftsmanship is 24. That means that when quick synthesis did 6. That's what that does. But then if I do this, I now have 42. And look weird. And but we can fix that later. So now it did 6. So I did 6, and now when I use it, it does 10. So the more craftsmanship, the better. And then control is going to be a later thing, because I don't get that until level 5. Which is going to be soon. But I've been recording for 3 hours. I'm getting pretty tired. Also, Hopper 5, one last thing. These gear sets, you can put them onto a hopper. So you don't need to keep going into your character sheet. Then now, Gladiator, Weaver, Gladiator, Weaver, Gladiator, Weaver. Sorry, something came up. So yeah, sir, you can unlock everything, provided you have the requirements for it. So, for anyone on the free trial, you can unlock everything in Heaven's Ward, everything in A Realm Reborn, and then so that includes the Gatherers, the Crafters, and all the base classes, which are in Ulda, Limsa, and Fredonia. The jobs, you can unlock the 3 in Heaven's Ward, which is Machinist, Astrologian, and Dark Knight. And in Stormblood, it's Red Mage and Samurai. And you can get them all to level 70. So if you're playing with the Road to 90, which you will get that on free trial, you will speed through leveling for the rest of your entire existence. Until you decide that you want to keep going through the game and actually purchase Shadowbringers, or Endwalker, or Dawn Trial, or whichever bundle it is that you're gonna get. So that's pretty cool. So definitely, if you don't want to pay for a subscription, you do not have to. You get, it's gonna be like 200, 300 hours of content for free. There's just some downsides, which is you can't sell items on the player market, you don't have extra inventory slots, and you can't buy things on the player market, and you can't trade with other players, and you can't join a guild, player guild I should say. Yeah, honestly, here we go. Like, honestly, all it's gonna take is your time. It's not gonna take your money. It's completely free. You can play whenever you want, however you want. Don't like something, might say for instance you started to Gladiator, you don't like it, change to something else. You're more than welcome to do that. You only want to do crafting for 3 days in a row, I only do crafting for 3 days in a row. You know, there's so many ways to enjoy it. So as much as like, Dawn Trail is disappointing for me personally, I'm not saying it's disappointing to everyone. It's not. Some people really enjoyed it. I just wasn't one of them. But yeah, it's been almost 3.5 hours. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really interesting. My steward, oh my god, I haven't spoken so much in so long. So this is my this is my New Year's Eve video. And this is gonna be the last of this kind of like format. Whereas like I've got this screen here with my little avatar going around. So there's lots of changes coming starting literally midnight tonight. So I look forward to it. I hope it's enjoyable. It's taken a lot of work to get it actually going. But I've got all kinds of different ideas, all kinds of thoughts, all kinds of plans. So we'll just have to see what goes. Final Fantasy 14. I said Final Fantasy 14. Every Final Fantasy except 15 is on my list. Like, why is the Final Fantasy 15 new list? Because I absolutely hated it. Like, absolutely. As much as I disliked Dawn Trail, it's better than 15. That's how much I dislike 15. I'm just not interested in a boy band. Especially with the way they made their game. Constantly, like, doing things backwards and, like... there's just so many issues with that game, honestly. I don't even want to go through them all. It just wasn't for me. But yeah, I may do more 14. Depending on how this goes. Obviously, I'm a veteran Final Fantasy 14 player. I've been subscribed for like way too long, 4,000 days. On PlayStation alone, I got over 2,000 hours. And that doesn't include all the hours on PC from before and after I got it on PlayStation. I don't even think it's including the previous stats from when I played it on PlayStation 4. I can't remember. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I hope it was enjoyable. I hope it was informative for the most part. I apologize for my terrible English. It's my first language. So obviously everyone's like, I'm sorry for my terrible English. It's my second language. It's like, whoa, you speak better English than people who only know English. His words are hard. But I've had fun. It's enjoyable. I hope it was enjoyable to watch. If it was informative, or if it was like, made you think, you know what? I do want to try this. You know, this free trial sounds amazing. And it really is. It really is amazing. So I definitely will always say, at least give it a go. If you enjoy, a Ramadan, you will love the rest of the game. Like, honestly, that's not even a lie. You will literally love the rest of the game. But anyway, that's enough ranting and raving from me. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Thank you to everyone who watched any of my content. Even if it was only for 5 minutes, thank you so much. People who've left likes, people who've left comments, you know, it's heartwarming. That's all I'll say. It like makes it like, you know, it's like, I'm not making a difference, but, you know, people are like, oh, this person seems interesting, I'm gonna watch this. Oh, here's some information for you. And they write a little comment, some people like, and you know, it's just, yeah, yes, at the end of the day, it's make a big number bigger. But it's more than that. Like, it's the feeling you get, being like, this mattered to somebody, this helped, then maybe this helped somebody. You know, them go through a bad day, and then it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. This person seems fun. So hopefully that can continue. If that is actually happening, I don't know. I hope it is. But yeah, this format is ending with this year. So, starting tomorrow. New format. 2026, it's gonna be big. I hope. I really hope. Obviously, I've got to like buckle down and like get stuff done and all that kind of stuff. But I'm up for it. And I'll see you in the new year. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.